Yasna 43. After 4 exordial stanzas, the 12 other stanzas fall into 6 groups of 2, which are introduced by the same formula. As the Holy One, I knew thee, O Wise One. This poem might therefore justifiably be entitled Gatha of the Discourses with the Lord. The exordium is an exchange of prayers and vows between Zarathustra and his faithful. The prophet asked the Almighty Lord to grant the desires of them all, and especially his own, to gain strength and endurance, the gift of devotion, cf. Yasna 37. In order to uphold righteousness, cf. Yasna 44:6. To gain prosperity in life, the gift of the good mind. 1. Then he asks for the sovereign good for all men, happiness according to the desire of each, long life and joy, all things which are wonderful gift of the Lord, and the most far-seeing Spirit, who is identical of righteousness through his providence. Good mind 2. The listeners in their turn wish him more good things than he has yet gained, as a reward for having shown them the way to material and spiritual salvation, the path of truth which leads them to the Lord and to the entities which are descended from him. 3. Linking up with these last words, Zarathustra declares that he will recognize the holiness and mystical power of the Lord when he shall give him spiritual strength through his providence, good mind. The Lord will make this gift with the very hand which holds the destinies of the righteous and the wicked for the hour of judgment by the fire. 1. May the wise Lord who reigns at his will grant to each of us that which he desires. I desire to have strength and endurance to uphold righteousness. This do thou give me, O devotion, the rich rewards, the life of the good mind. 2. And may the sovereign good be ours, according to one desires bliss, may one receive bliss, through thy far-seeing Spirit, O Lord, the wonders of good mind, which thou wilt give as righteousness, for the joy of life all the days. 3. The listeners, may he attain the best of the good, he who teaches us the straight path of salvation, in this bodily existence and that of the mind, the true path to those beings with whom the Lord dwells, the Lord which thou art, O wise one, zealous, holy, of fair race. 4. Zarathustra, I shall recognize thee as holy and powerful, O wise one, when from thy hand holding the fates thou wilt give to the wicked and to the righteous by the glow of thy fire which is strengthened by the right. The strength of the good mind shall come to me. Then, with a change in the past tense of the initial formula of this 4th stanza, which has thus served as a transition, the prophet introduces the first of the 6 discourses, visions or revelations, which, as we have said, form the body of the hymn. And, as before, Yasna 30 and 44, the stereotype formula at first takes us back to the origins, at the birth of existence. But here the thought goes at once, from the beginning to the end, from the origin to the last turning point of creation. Already at the birth of existence, the Lord has, in fact, settled the reward for the good and the wicked. At the turning point, the Lord, the powerful Spirit, will establish his dominion, the good mind, which helps the living to prosper according to the righteousness, will cause devotion to proclaim to them the decrees of the will of the Lord, whom none shall deceive. 5-6. After the vision which Zarathustra has had of the divine plan follows the account of his encounter with the Lord, who comes to him as providence good mind. The Lord asks him who he is according to the formula used when inquiring into someone's identity. Who art thou? Who art thou? I.e., whose son are you? Or to whom do you belong? Who is your master? Then, in a phrase which surprises little, he suggests a tryst, to inquire about his possessions and his person, as if to intimate. I can verify what you say, Zarathustra answers. I am Zarathustra, first of all an enemy to the wicked, and a support for the righteous, a man wishing to gain the future reward for his praises of the Lord and the blessings of the absolute dominion, beatitude in the kingdom of the Lord, 7 and 8. 5. As the Holy One, I recognize thee, O wise Lord, when I saw thee at the beginning, at the birth of existence. Appoint a recompense for the deed and word, evil reward to the evil, good to the good, through thy wisdom, at the last turning point of creation. 6. At the turning point where thou wilt come with thy Holy Spirit, with thy dominion, then, O wise one, shall devotion, moved by the good mind, by those whose deeds the living prosper according to righteousness, proclaim for them the decrees of thy will, which none deceives. 7. As the Holy One, I recognize thee, O wise Lord, when he came to me as good mind and asked me, Who art thou? Whose art thou? Shall I appoint by a sign? The days when inquiry shall be made about thy living possessions and thyself. 8. I made answer to him, I am Zarathustra, first a true enemy to the wicked, with all thy might, but a powerful support for the righteous, so that I may attain the future blessings of the absolute dominion by praising and singing thee, O wise one. A second dialogue, or continuation of the first. To whom will Zoroaster address these praises and songs, which are no doubt intended for the Lord, so that they will be transmitted to him to the fire of the Lord, answers Zarathustra, the fire, which is traditionally the incarnation of the right. Worshipping the fire, he will see fire, but will think right as long as he is able. But he desires to see the right itself, and he asks the Lord for a vision. The Lord appears, and how otherwise could he